Hello everybody, Son of Rich here with the records I played today. Well, actually, these are the records I played last night. I did play this one today. I played it this morning, Nancy and Lee. I watched a video, Blockhead just got this, and man, I haven't heard that. I think I played it once when I bought it used. It's a trippy album, man. It's got some Sonny and Cher in it. It's got a little bit of 60's pop in it. I don't know. It's an interesting album. Now, yesterday, well, first of all, have you guys seen the pictures that got released of the new Snow White movie? Hold. This movie is gonna bomb. You can tell right away. It's no longer Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, because that's offensive. Apparently it's going to be Snow White and her 7 politically correct companions. Oh my God, this is going to be bad. Anyways, though, last night I started my evening off with this Captain Beefheart and his magic band, the A&M sessions. This is fantastic. I think it was recorded 65 before his album Safe as Milk. He recorded 2 singles for A&M. The first one was Diddy Wah Diddy and Who Do You Think You're Foolin'? Now, Diddy Wah Diddy was a Bo Diddley cover, and at the very same time, the Remains in Boston did a version, and they released it as a single, and Captain Beefheart released it as a single on the West Coast. I believe they were regional hits in both areas, but neither one hit the Billboard Top 100. I know this version was played in Southern California, though. It's fantastic, man. This version of Diddy Wah Diddy is way better than the Remains one. I'm sorry to disappoint any Remains fans, but every song in this is great. The second single is Moonchild. It's getting a little more psychedelic, and back with Frying Pan. But what's really cool is there's a 5th song, Here I Am, Always Am, a song that was never released before, and it's fantastic. This is a psych, garage rock, kind of bluesy tinted record. Anybody that's into those kind of genres, pick this up. You'll love it, even if you're not a Captain Beefheart fan. The second one I pulled this one when I pulled the Captain Beefheart. Cosmic Brian. He was talking about psychedelic or I think psychedelic or garage. I think it was psychedelic albums. I thought, you know what, this is a great one. I only listened to side 1 of this. This band, they released 4 singles, all great, 60 psychedelic. They were from Westminster in Orange County, just south of LA. Now there's a CD version of this that I heard before I bought this version. And that version's pretty cool because it has the demo versions of the first single, and then it has the actual single. Then it has demos of the second single, and then the actual single. Demos of the third, the actual single, and demos of the fourth, and the actual single. It's pretty cool, and then it has a couple extra tracks. This one has 3 of the demos only, but it's pretty cool. I mean, side 1 of this, it's a great album. Side 1 is really good. Side 2, the first 4 songs are good. The remaining 4, I believe it's one of the guys, he did it on his own. Now this next one is an album that I listened to it once when I bought it, maybe twice, and I thought it was okay. And I thought I would explore this one again, give it a good listen. This album is fantastic, dude. It's Moby Grape's debut album. Now, out of all of the 60s, those psych bands came out of San Francisco, this could be the best debut of the bunch, man. It is fantastic all the way through. Now, Skip Spence was in this band. He played guitar. This band had 3 guitar players, which gave this album a very original sound. Skip Spence was from Jefferson Airplane. And the manager of this band was the manager of Jefferson Airplane. And they booted it. They got rid of him. And I don't know why Skip Spence went along with him. Turned into a mistake. The guy was a big ripoff. And his marketing skills were horrible. When this album was released, they released 5 singles. So that's 10 songs off of the album. Radio stations didn't know what one to play. Different radio stations played different ones and all that. So none of them charted. People say they should have just released Omaha. I don't know. To me, none of the songs really scream hit single anyways. So it probably would have been smart just to do the one, maybe Omaha. But the great songs, it's a really good listen all the way through. So those were the 3 I initially pulled. So after, that Moby Grape, I thought, you know what, I'm going to pull their second album. And this is Wow. Wow. This one has a better album cover. But man, the album isn't as good. And the marketing problem with this one is they issued this and Grape Jam together. There was actually 2 albums shrink wrapped together. And it might have been $1 above normal price, or it might have been the regular price. But another marketing gimmick that I don't know if it worked or not. But beyond that, this album is not as good as the first. Not even close. I only listened to side 1 of this because I didn't want to hear side 2. The last song on side 1, you've got to pick the needle up. There's like a dead wax little stop there and it won't continue. Because the last song you have to play at 78. I mean, what a stupid idea, Murder in My Heart for the Judge was okay. There was another song, okay. I think the Skip Spence song, just like Gene Autry, A Foxtrot, might have been the best song on side 1. But yeah, none of the songs on side 1 were as good as any of the songs on the first album. The next one I played, one I used to love this band. The song Mendocino. I bought that single when it came out. I think I was in 6th grade. And my friend Ron Zerby, he was new to the school, we kind of hooked up, and I would go to his house and we would play singles. And I remember playing that one at his house. And the first song on side 1 is Mendocino. Now, if I would have bought this album back then, I would have been disappointed. Because most of it does not sound like Mendocino. It's slower, a lot of it. It's got hints of blues, kind of even some hints of country in some of the songs. It's got a rootsier feel, a lot of these songs. In a 60s vibe. Now, side 2 does have the song She's a Mover. That was another big hit on the radio. Kind of a garage rocky song. And Oh Baby, It Just Don't Matter. That was I don't know, it's a good album. But I wouldn't have liked it as a kid. Now, I picked this up at the store. Firestone IPA, Union Jack. I've been drinking Firestone, the 805 beer. Now, I don't know where the 805... The 805 may have come from the area code. But I picked up an IPA. I thought I'd try it. I don't like IPAs, so we'll see. Yeah, it's got that... it's got that IPA taste, and I'm not a fan. I mean, I'll drink it though. Next one is a standard, classic. The Standale's Dirty Water, the mono edition. Now, what really surprised me is I watched the Me Mr. Mail video, recent finds other than the Beatles, and this was in the thumbnail, so I thought I'll watch it, you know. I mean, I was kind of surprised by the albums he picked up. Most of them, I mean, there actually were some good albums. I mean, if you, Mr. Mailman, in my opinion, he doesn't have the best taste in music. But, I mean, it's all a matter of taste, like I said, you know, taste in music. He probably thinks my music's shit. But yeah, this is a good album. Good, garage, studio garage band. I mean, they're a legit band. It's got the hit single Dirty Water, and the other one, Sometimes Good Guys Don't Wear White. But it starts off with Medication, one of the best songs on the album. Little Sally Tease is good. And then there's a Storm A-Comin'. I think that's a soul song, and they do a really good version. And they do a decent version of 19th Nervous Breakdown. Side 2, though, starts off with Pride and Devotion. I think it's probably the worst song on the album. But it's followed by Sometimes Good Guys Don't Wear White. And it ends with Rari, one of the best songs on the album. It's a really solid garage. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to pull this one. I've been listening to this album a lot lately. And it's the Beatles' second album. I can't get enough of this thing, man. The way it starts out with kind of George's awkward guitar playing on Roll Over Beethoven. But what's surprising is George sings the first song on side 1, you know. It's pretty cool. But yeah, I dig this album. I don't think it has a bad song. Even the songs I didn't like as a kid, like Please Mr. Postman and Devil in Her Heart, I'm digging on this album lately. And I finished the evening with Soul Survivors. They had a top 10 hit with Expressway to Your Heart. So I knew that song, that's why I picked it up. This is a great album, man, with the exception of the last song, or this Dathron's Theme, the 4th song on side 1. But then the song not following it is Taboo India. And that's like a song that would be on a psychedelic band's, you know, album. So it's kind of weird. That Dathron's Theme, it's almost like a 60s pop crooner type song. Now, overall, the album is, I would describe it as rock and soul music. And they do a really great job of mixing the two genres. They have a cover of Please, Please, Please by James Brown. And they have a Respect, the Otis Redding. And man, you know, that's kind of risky there. I mean, that's the reason I don't really care for the My Generation album by The Who. They're James Brown covers, and some of the others, they're kind of cringeworthy to me. They're not that good. These guys do a really good job of it, man. It starts off with Do You Feel It? Just fantastic. This is a good listen almost all the way through. There's the last song on side 2, though, The Ride. That one kind of is a wanker, too. But anyways, take care, everybody. Hasta la vista, baby.